So I got to play Dune Awakening over the weekend during the closed beta that they had going on, and today I'm ready to answer questions that you might be wondering to yourself. Like, is it worth it? Is it fun? And why are my acoustic phone pieces on the wall so freaking crooked? I know, broski, it annoys the frig out of me too. We also don't just use your basic review scores. We rate our games using our patented and very reliable Backlog Dangerometer to help you figure out if the game is worth your time or heading straight into the backlog, which is the graveyard. So hit subscribe if you're new and let's get into the good stuff first. And honestly, the atmosphere here is on point. The game feels like, well, Dune. The music kicks in and nails that grand sci-fi vibe, and the visuals hit just right. I mean, yes, it's mostly just rocks and sandy, but they managed to make it look dynamic with storms shifting the map and ships falling from the freaking sky. It really pulls you in and you feel like a character in this world. The big sandworm as well, man. Holy hell, was it terrifying. Riding across open sandfields always felt like you're seconds away from being, well, worm food. And that adds to this constant anxiety feeling that works really well overall, because you never want to overextend your welcome in these open and vast lands. Gathering materials as well felt, well, surprisingly satisfying. You don't just punch a rock to get materials like in most other survival games, but instead you scan it and hit the sweet spot with your cutter, and this thing just, well, bursts apart. It's weirdly satisfying. Kind of like how when you meow at a random cat and it meows back at you, kind of satisfying. Like, damn, I'm one of you guys now. And then there's the RPG side of things with the classes, the skills, the upgrade trees. They add some very nice build variety here. Armor looks cool in general, the weapons you craft or find scratch that third-person shooter itch, and overall everything just connects together pretty well as a whole. Even having to scan the map by climbing really freaking high and shooting a ball into the air felt surprisingly nice. I can't say how long this loop will stay fresh for, but early on at least it's a solid thing altogether, broski. Also, as someone of Arab origin, hearing someone be called Fariq ibn Kalb reminds me of my family, oddly enough. So that immersed me into the world even further. So points for that. But it's not all fun times, unfortunately. So let's talk about the not so great stuff. And first up, I mean, you probably saw it already, but performance. It's a beta build, admittedly, but we're only a month out from release. I had frame drops up the ways. I had texture pop-ins as well, and times where I load into the game just for me to be floating in limbo for like 10 seconds before textures get a reminder that they are indeed supposed to be present in game. The building itself also feels kinda clunky. I gotta be honest, like nothing snaps together the way you kinda want it to snap, and sometimes it felt more tedious rather than fun, which is weird because the game is from the same devs that made Conan Exiles, and building in that game was way smoother. But here it's kind of like my phone panels, again, always slightly off no matter how much I try to fix it. Early progression is also pretty restrictive here, unfortunately for some. It takes a couple of hours before the game actually stops holding your hand full on and lets you experiment. And look, I get it. It's trying to teach you the basics, yes, but we've all played survival RPGs before. Like, we all figured things out sooner or later, and I'd rather have it be sooner. So where does Dune Awakening land on the extremely reliable and never incorrect Backlog Dangerometer? Look, I'm giving it a 60% chance of ending up in your backlog. The immersion is great, the RPG mechanics are promising, and if you love the Dune universe, then this is a no-brainer, broski. But if you're just here for a smooth survival RPG experience, well, there are other games that simply just run better. Not saying it's a bad game, because I had a bunch of fun times in Dune Awakening. It's just that the performance definitely slows things down more often than not. But that pretty much wraps it up, so I do want to hear your comments in the comments section down below, my broski. Let me know what you thought of Dune, or what you think of Dune. Are you hyped to be playing it? If you want to watch me ramble on about Dune some more and more in a more in-depth kind of way, then man, subscribe to the channel, of course, and ding that bell. I think that's what people do. The younguns, the peoples, they do that these days in YouTube. I don't know, man, just do it. Subscribe. In any case, if you want to watch me talk about Last Epoch, then click this link and watch that. Of course, man, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you're from, whichever time of day you watch this at. I've been your broski, so keep on trucking my dudes. A peace.